What's up, everybody? Josh the Mosh in the pit once again. We're back and ready, so let's get this party started with the
What's up,
usual
everybody?
suspects. Numero dos, what's happening?
Man,
Anyway,
what a crazy day it is. It's absolutely frozen outside.
crazy. Like Texas winter and the freaking middle of February.
For the first time, I think, since in like 31 years that I've been here, this is like two freezes in one winter. It's insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
the groundhog was right.
He was not playing. What's up, Ryan? I see you in the pit already this evening.
Yeah, first and foremost, front and
Always.
center, future
Always.
ring announcer in the wrestling business. Y'all heard it here first. I don't
Oh.
know where, but I've been listening to his videos that he's been like his self auditions that he's just letting people know kind of thing, which I totally dig.
Oh, is
And
that what you're doing, Ryan? You're just kind of tossing it out there. I might have to try that. I might have to get into that game. You know, like maybe I'll just film myself showing up and just wrestling Josh and getting chops, and maybe it'll work out for us. You announce me, and then I will come to the ring and get my ass whooped.
that's how it happens.
Man,
Well, anyway, we're gonna have a lot of time for chit chat and whatever. So you guys in the comments hang out. We like I said, if y'all saw, Scarred subject to change is a wrestling business that we all know. Our guest got a paying gig to have tonight, so he had to postpone on us, not cancel. I hate using that word because we will have him in the pit and he wants to be in the pit. So we're gonna have a round table, just chit chat, talk wrestling. So let's fucking go. Let's get it going. So let's head to the shadows like we always do and bring out the ninja.
man.
Getting his line right on his head there, I guess. Well, no.
Gotta keep it Gucci for my woman of the week, So I gotta keep it classy and bougie just as my woman of the week. So how about we just get right to it?
Yep, let's do it.
Alrighty. So my woman. No, you good.
Okay,
You
there it
good.
is.
So as you guys know, continuing the trend with.
Okay.
Yeah, as you know, I'm continuing to trend with Black History Month. Just picking an African American wrestler that's accomplished something big either this particular week or just something that just definitely needs to be recognized. And with the comb that I have right here, there's only one person that comes to mind that definitely keeps her fashion very extraordinary, and that's the woman of the week for February the 11th, Miss Rache Chanel, La Fashionista. Now, before I talk about Rache, I want to talk about her alter ego, to where she basically debuted once upon a time not long ago. She was a wild thing known as Raquel Vaughn. Basically, in 2017, she moved from New Orleans to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to live a dream of professional wrestling, and basically presented her baseball-inspired gimmick because of all the movies that she definitely loved. You guys remember movies like Major League or Angels Out in the Field, any of those
In
types
the
of
outfield,
movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Angels in the outfield, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good classics, and that's where Raquel got her inspirations with the Wild Thing gimmick. She debuted in VIP Pro, where she wrestled the likes of Barbie Hayden and Rachel Ellering, and only 5 years in, she only definitely accomplished a lot that she can handle in the 5 years working in promotions like Bayou Independent Wrestling, where for 2 consecutive days she got to work Thunder Rosa and the legend herself, Jazz, in the same night in her home of New Orleans. So that was a good learning experience for Miss Vaughn. And throughout the years, she's traveled different promotions like Sabotage, Heavy Metal Wrestling. She even competed with Rise and in Illinois for Berwyn Championship Wrestling, and even Reality of Wrestling. And one of her biggest ceilings as Raquel Vaughn was in Ring of Honor in 2019, where she got to compete for the Women's of Honor Championship against then champion Kelly Klein, where she definitely hit a home run scoring that matchup, but striked out, not capturing the Women of Honor title. But that's okay, because during one of the Ladies Night Out promotions, she showed a lot more sass and pizzazz and realized that she ain't Ratchet. She's Ratchet hyphen over the E. And then within the years, she transformed. Basically got that bougie stone, kind of like a Pokemon stone where you just touch it on the pat in the head and just evolved into what she is right now. The fashionista Ratchet Chanel.
She's so entertaining. Holy
mad
crap.
entertaining. And with this persona, she basically done a lot of getting herself exposed in the wrestling world this past year or so, forming a unit with her fellow New Orleans Infects Rated. She captured some championships like the DFW All-Pro Women's title, the APW Women's title, even the SOAR Women's Championship. And speaking of championships, she got at a recent VIP event, I got the challenge for Trisha Dora's ever famous African World Diaspora Wrestling title. More on Trisha Dora next week. And
spoiler alert.
That, exactly. And on top of that, this persona definitely got noticed because she got to appear in AEW and had a couple of matches up on AEW Dark. Whether she's in the crowd singing to Judas with her comb right here and got her infamous wigs that kept the price tag going. She definitely held her own against the likes of Nyla Rose, which, by the way, she'll be a part of Bishop Pro Wrestling at the next show. Go get your tickets right now. Quick sponsors. Also, Kylan King, another one that will be in Mission Pro next month. And AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida with the same comb that I have right now. And that's the reason why she's Woman of the Week. She's just so goddamn entertaining. Her recent matches with freaking Kenzie Page from this past Saturday, it was good where she finally got a win, and last month's match with Red Velvet definitely showcased that, hey, not only she's a professional wrestling's Regine Hunter with the mix-up bodyguards Whitney Houston, but she definitely embraces the fashion style of Paris and definitely not only throw the fastballs at her opponents, but those designer boots into her opponent's faces. And while she's getting it dirty in the ring, she still makes herself and her opponents look good by making sure her hair don't get all nappy and stuff. And because of all that, that's right, Ratchet Chanel is being named as Woman of the Week in honor of Black History Month. So
I gotta say, I don't know if whoever's watched the Mission Pro show, which is granted, that was a couple weeks ago now, I guess it was. I've lost track. Time
it
flies.
was a Saturday.
Last Saturday?
Yeah.
It was a Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. Man, that's the kind of week I've had, guys.
It feels like that, yeah.
It was like a month ago. All the chaos after the cage match and everybody was going crazy, and then Ricochet just came out and just was
This chick right here.
And then she went and sat down. Everybody's fighting everybody, like literally brawl, and she's just chilling. That was like so, because it was kind of like okay, show's over, and then she comes out and was like, oh hell no, I'm watching, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just awesome.
Just
like,
maintaining the character.
I became a fan of hers in that moment. Like, she's a great talent. I've always liked her, but now I'm like a fan of hers because of that moment.
It was
exactly.
fun.
It was pretty.
The moment
well timed, well executed, perfect.
Yeah, the moment I saw her at Ladies Night Out showing all that sass and stuff, I'm like, hey, you need to pursue more of a bougie side of you. And long behold, look where she is right now. And,
sorry, I smell something in the chat. So it was just that. Sorry. Oh
my is gosh. It someone with a mask that's covering himself because they don't want to be ashamed?
Because he's a nasty hoe. Yeah. Yeah, man. Sorry to interrupt your end of your thing, but you're going to be back for the round table, yeah?
Yep, I'll still be here.
All right. Well, we'll let you go back into the shadows for now. We'll carry on for a little bit, and we'll see you in a bit.
I'll be in the backgrounds.
Yeah, for those of y'all who are watching, make sure you stay tuned. After we go through all of our segments tonight, we're going to have a round table, and some Q&A would be absolutely welcome. We're going to talk back and forth with you guys, so hang in there with us.
Yep. Card subject to change, so that's how we're rolling today. And man, we have a lot of fun.
Let me jump right into this. When I was really stoked. I talked to Murdoch this morning. He kind of had to move it. And one of the things that I just wanted to point out is, like, we never ask any talent to turn down paying gigs to come on the show with us. So
we don't pay.
Understandable. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Murdoch super stoked to be on the show. He was excited about it, but you know, we got to make money. Everybody's got to make bread. So he said he's free next Thursday. So we'll see him then. Can't wait. Super excited about it. But that's going to lead up into a couple of things I want to talk about. I want to highlight Heavy Metal show really and truly because I want to highlight more of the talent show that was on the show. Like that card that I went to this last Friday was stacked. I took some pictures, but one of the big things I really wanted to highlight was a couple of former Pit interviews were in there. Some close to heart people in Austin were in there. So let's get right to it. We went to Heavy Metal the other night, and I want to give a quick shout out. There was a starter match opener with Johnny Bedlam and some guys. Real what? Man. Paul don't know shit. Get Paul out of here. Anyway, shout out to.
I was trying to click on somebody else's comment.
Shout out to the debuting El Rayo. El Rayo made his debut at Heavy Metal against Alex Arsenal. It was a fun match. Alex Arsenal was his usual self. He was very playful kind of with everybody. He was the heel. Rayo came in. It was a good match, a great back and forth. We also had – no, you're cool. You can put them up. You can put them up as you need to. It's not – I don't even remember. Nastico, get the fuck. God, I hate that guy. This is my so good shirt, Nastico. God,
so much.
So anyway, ASF versus T-Ray. Oh my God, what a banger! And what's even funnier is like I had to run to the car to get some out of the car and come back in, and I got a text from my wife. She's like, "You better hurry! This T-Ray match is a banger." So just so you know, T-Ray, ASF, my wife, the like most casual, like barely minimal wrestling fan person was like, man. That car was good. Rayo versus Alex Arsenal was good. Rayo was able to pull out the win in the end. It was a great back and forth. Some really good.
Let's all answer this question together. No.
Nastico doesn't even like Nastico. God
damn. That's why he can't even look at himself in the mirror. That's why he wears a mask all the time. Anyway, okay. Carrying on.
Yeah. So it all led up to a big main event, which was a 6-man tag match. It was, I think it was a no rules, no DQ style match. Definitely tons of weapons. It was Adam and Ruben and a mystery partner versus Great Scott and Jeff Gant and a mystery partner. So the mystery partner for Great Scott and Jeff Gant was indeed, leave this picture here because I want to talk about this. It was indeed Johnny Bedlam. Johnny Bedlam being the person that had to forfeit the titles a while back when his partner retired. So he's the tag team champ that never lost. Ruben and Adam are the tag team guys that he says never beat him. One of my favorite parts of this was they gave Ruben a just chair shot to the nuts. And this picture that I got with Johnny Bedlam is just too excited that Ruben's nuts are just destroyed. Go to that next picture. I think it even gets better. I think Johnny Bedlam even, I mean, it was a great match. It was all over the place. At one point, a tire showed up and look at how Johnny Bedlam is so excited. Jeff Gant's back there. He's probably looking at Ruben's nuts, just shooting across the mall. Man, that chair shot was ugly, man. It was a great match, though. A lot of fun. Really, just everybody everywhere. It was a banger leading up to the Death Bowl, which was obviously kind of what we're working towards. We had a show out between Mercer and Johnny Bedlam at the end of the match that turned into a chop fest. Real good match. Shout out to everybody that was in that match. It was so much fun. Again, it was one of those things. We're all in that room. There's just a few of us, and it goes nuts. It was great. At one point, Adam was stuck in the tire and took a chair shot. It was just great. Shout out to everybody that worked that show. But leading up to this Sunday, we have the Death Bowl. We've talked about it for weeks and weeks on end. Great shot right there with everybody taking on Ruben. But this Sunday at the Death Bowl, it's going to be Ruben versus John Wayne Murdoch in a Light Tube Massacre match. We're going to have the Remedy versus Satu Jin. And then we're going to also have this was pretty interesting. Prince Adam is taking on I cannot see it. I'm sorry. It's
MV Young.
It's a polyam death match. It's against MV Young. That's right. My bad. One that I'm really looking forward to. These two that really I got my eye on as well. Great Scott versus Nolan Edward. Great Scott has been on a roll and have been on a tear the last couple years in heavy metal. So I'm excited to see what he's got in store for Nolan Edwards. And Akira versus Mercer is a KO or a tap out only. So that's what we're up against. The Death Bowl 2021 this Sunday in San Antonio. Baracho Crew's going to be there front and center. We'll have in the pit media pass there, so we'll be seeing what we can do, trying to see if we can talk to anybody, get some pics, get some cool pictures for you guys to look at in the coming weeks. But if you have any time this Sunday,
future guests possibly too.
Yes, definitely some future guests.
You never know what we're gonna do.
Never know. That's my spot.
Man, that sounded like a good time over there at that old heavy metal there.
You should come one day, Josh. You would love a deathmatch show. I just think that you don't know that you love deathmatch.
Maybe we'll just bring a deathmatch show closer to my home.
You know, I would love to go south for a deathmatch. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, Corpus is pretty fun.
Corpus would be a great place for a deathmatch.
Corpus is a pretty fun place.
I'd love to go to Corpus.
Any deathmatch people watching, stay tuned. Tune in.
Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Word is we're going to get some bloody news from way out there in Corpus.
South Texas, Coastal Bend, what's up? Yep. Cool, man. Well, like I said, we're kind of just rolling through. So let's change gears, and we're going to head to AEW. So that means we bring in our AEW expert. Hey, Mel.
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
What?
I am struggling with
Sorry.
I'm struggling with bad internet, so I'm probably going to be cutting out. I apologize. This weather is playing havoc with my house right now. It's like living with poltergeist.
Everyone's, yeah. Mine's dragging a little too, so hopefully this is all coming out well. We'll do the best we can. El Rayo says
I'm on my cell phone. Yeah, I'm on my cell phone right now, so all right, 2 thumbs up. Here we go.
You got your fans.
Rayo, how you doing? How you guys, Facebook user?
Covers everybody.
So let's talk about really quickly AEW. Hey Ryan, how you doing? We've started off the women's championship tournament, which is, it's already off to a great start. Our first match is Layla Hirsch, Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa took the win.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Layla Hirsch though, real quick. That woman is a powerhouse. I mean, when I first saw her, she was going to be a total grappler, but she goes to the top ropes. She's diving through the ropes. I mean, she's a little powerhouse, and I'm really enjoying watching her. I like the matchup between her and Thunder Rosa. It was a good match. It was a little.
Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong comments. I don't want to put any of this stuff up there, but I just keep clicking the wrong one. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thunder Rosa did a great job. She pulled it out. So that opens up the American side. And of course, next week on Monday on YouTube starts the Japanese side of the Joshi side of the women's tournament. I think that's going to be great. As I think my number one match right now for the Joshi side is probably going to be the probably Maki Ito versus Riho. Yeah, I think that's going to be my number one right now. Wanting to see how far she can move along in the tournament because, she's facing a competitor. We saw the person that she's facing, we saw them at the beginning of AEW's start. We hadn't seen her come back yet, but she was a really strong competitor. A new one coming in is Vini. Vini, if you guys don't know, she's got some pizzazz to her. I like her. I don't know much, but I have seen 1 or 2 of her matches, but I'm excited to see what she brings.
Sorry. So sorry. I'm really sorry. He's just ruining this whole damn thing, but let's try to strive forward. Anything he's a part of just is ruined because he's the worst.
Ruining everything now. So, the other thing that, talking about the women's tournament, we're seeing the American side, we're seeing the Joshi side. Obviously, because of the time difference and everything, the Joshi side was going to be on YouTube, which is also really cool because you can stream it anytime. You don't have to wait for Wednesdays. But
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I know some people are like, ugh, it's on YouTube, but why are you? I don't understand why people are upset about free. It's free on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can watch it whenever you want and pause it and come back.
Yeah, it's there.
It's I think just to piggyback along that lines, we got to see also Kenta come out and Jon Moxley. The cool thing about that was that Kenta actually came out with the briefcase that he has to carry around everywhere because he's the number one contender to challenge Moxley for the belt, which he also brought to AEW. How cool is that? That New Japan is allowing to bring
our Japanese expert. He doesn't watch AEW live, but he watched it just like an hour or so ago, and he lost his mind on Facebook. If y'all follow Angel because of that, the door is broken and gone or forever or whatever. Like he lost it. You're like, welcome to the show. That was awesome. But yeah,
I was like, hi, welcome. You're only a day late.
And I was like the SpongeBob thing.
But I love it. I love so far. Yeah, I know, and I love the dynamic so far because they keep talking about and pushing the Bullet Club, but at the same time, Kenta wants nothing really to do with Kenny Omega. I'm sure she hated you too, Nastico. You were probably the worst student.
I guarantee it. They only passed him to get him out of the class, probably. Like that's the only reason he made it out was like to get rid of him. Sorry.
Probably. He was probably the kid in the background going, Miss.
Yeah.
Miss.
Yeah, that's the one. There's always that one. He's the one. Like he's the one.
That's that one kid who tries to answer everything and is always wrong.
Wrong. Horribly. Sorry.
Horribly wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that going back to AEW, let's forget Nastico. But one of the things that I really like is the fact that banned. I can't believe you have that. You should turn it around, face the wall.
This is at my house. Like I have it on my front door just so he can never come to my house either.
You need to get it blown up like a yard sign.
Yeah. You hang it somewhere. Right now, AEW is a really fun time, especially what they're doing. New Japan, AEW, NWA, and the Impact all working together is amazing. Especially right now, they're already showcasing so much talent on Dark. But then they're also, helping New Japan out. New Japan's helping them out by giving each, the performers a platform because it's so hard right now for people to travel back and forth. So, just helping those guys get to Japan and back. I do not want Nastico's face on a poster. I'm just going to put that out there.
Point taken. No. Yeah. Sorry, Ryan.
But it's a really fun time in wrestling right now. Yeah. I think a lot of creative has come out of the pandemic. When the pandemic first hit, we didn't know what was happening. Everything was at a standstill. Yep. But I think a lot of companies have moved forward and they've actually improved on the product they had. I think AEW has definitely done that to their advantage.
And I think the biggest thing is like there's no cheap pops anymore. Like you can't just get the cheap pop. Like, the Mick Foley cheap pop stuff, like you can't do that anymore. Like you have to freaking earn pops now. Like there's none of that. So, yeah.
And I think it's also bringing out a different side of wrestlers because, there's no in-house people or there's no, audience to cheer you on, to give you that pop, to give you that encouragement. You're playing to an empty stadium. Even with AEW with limited crowds, yes, they're singing Judas, but not to the point where it was. Even Matt Hardy had to evolve his character back to kind of like this money Matt because broken Matt doesn't play well to no audience.
Yeah, doing
he's come out and
like nobody's there to say it. Yeah. But they're doing it.
I love how all this is evolved. Yeah, and they're doing it, and I love how all of it's evolved. And I'm loving this new take on Money Matt. It's a different version of him. It's like a 2.0 Money Matt, where he's managing and he's getting people to sign contracts. And Hangman Adam Page is now signed some kind of deal with him last night.
Yeah,
we'll see how it plays out. So I'm curious, could we see if Matt Hardy is now managing Hangman, will we be seeing Hangman on Impact, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously they have him playing on Impact, and they're playing on they're playing on Impact, and he's there with Hardy Party. So it's curious to see how it plays out, because you can tell this is not going to be a quick storyline. This is going to be drawn out. They're going to be working together at least for a while. So I'd like to see how everything plays out. This isn't my forte, Pact, so much, but ODB made her return. Jazz is there. Jazz and ODB have been on AEW before, so could we see another crossover? I don't know, but it'd be really, really cool if we did.
Like I see your segment turning into a AEW, Impact, NWA, New Japan merger with Angel, like before we know it, because they're just all bleeding into each other.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. Because like I said earlier, and I've said it, I mean, it was like a month ago or whatever. It's like, this reminds me of just when I was a kid. Like, you're watching world-class wrestling, and then here comes some dude from freaking, Georgia or whatever. Like, you didn't know who was going to show up, like, every week. Because there wasn't these, you can only work for one kind of thing. There was all territory days. And that, I don't know. For me, it reminds me of being a kid. So I love it so much.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's also, it's also the unknown who's going to come over, but also, these guys get to work with some of the people that they will never, they may not ever work with. Kenny Omega, to me, I'm still like in awe of Kenny Omega working with some of these guys. It's like, man, I never thought I'd see Kenny Omega and Brian Cage in the same company. I never thought I'd see, Kenta with Kenny Omega and like John Moxley in the same company. It's just very.
And Archer and Lance Archer. Like Lance Archer, John Moxley versus Kenta freaking Hangman. Sorry, Kenny Omega. Sorry. Like that's just like, how do you ever see that? Oh, AEW.
Exactly.
They are all out of fucks to give. Like they're just all out. Exactly. Tony Khan just is out of them. He's like, what do you want? Okay, I'm gonna do my best to make it happen.
I'm here for it. Seriously, I am here for it. I mean, all those guys have obviously worked at New Japan. They know the style. They know how to go, but they've never been there at the same time. So now this is kind of like it was like last night was like a dream match that, that never got to happen because, Kenny Omega like left and Lance Archer, blah, blah, blah. So it finally like happened. It culminated last night on AEW, which is really amazing. And I really am enjoying it. And I kind of wish that NWA would pull a little bit more of the NWA talent on there, because I do think that like Zicky Dice or some of the other women that are still contracted with them would be really cool to come in.
They didn't renew a lot of contracts though, so a lot of those contracts expired in December in NWA. So their roster is not anywhere near the full size it was a year ago.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, NWA definitely does not have their full roster, as we know. Like, I think Marty Bell's gone, Allison Kay is gone.
Zicky's gone. Zicky's gone. He's technically a free agent now. When we had him here in Corpus, he was telling us, he's like, he's 20 days. He was like counting it down. He knew how many more.
Yeah. So it would be it's nice to see everybody kind of playing together and working together. For wrestling right now because of the whole pandemic, and I am even Mission Pro is working with Japanese superstars.
I mean, Thunder Rosa was a champion over there a year ago. Anyway,
that's true.
Just saying.
Unfortunately, she had to forfeit her belt during the summer because of the pandemic. But
it's the only way they get a belt off of her.
It's
right? Can't beat her.
Yeah.
That's to start heat. I don't want heat from Japan. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't start.
They're over here like, who is Josh DeMar?
I'm just enjoying AEW right now, guys. I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the AEW ride because I mean it's just so much fun, and I'm enjoying the storylines. I'm enjoying seeing them playing out. I know some people have some issues right now with like Dark Order, like they need to they need to round him back up again because with the loss of Brody Lee, and they don't have a leader right now and stuff like that, and they've turned into this comedy troupe. But you know what? I think they're gonna find their footing, and they're gonna come back stronger because so far
they weren't planning on what happened, so they're working on it. You know what I mean? Brody Lee was, they haven't touched
the ball on them yet. They've they actually turned him from somebody thought, a lot of people thought, oh, this Dark Order, blah, blah, blah. And they turned him into this powerhouse. And yes, it was unexpected what happened, but I don't think they're going to drop the ball on them. I think they're still going to go really strong.
Yeah.
And
like I said, they started when they debuted. The chant was "Who are you? Who are you?" And now, that didn't last very long. I was at the show when they debuted. I think it was Double or Nothing. The first one.
It speaks to the conversation that's actually gaining buzz. If you've been, I know a ton of us aren't on Twitter a lot, but Twitter's a real area where wrestling fans are getting lashed out at really bad right now, just because of the like people, talent, other fans, like everyone's just over the casual wrestling fan, which is we all know is just a complete disguise for the uber goober of us all. You know what I mean? Like there's really no such thing as a casual fan. It proves to a lot of points. Like right now you have everything that everybody has ever wanted and going on in AEW, Impact, NWA, all of that shit. Like even I tuned in, and I fucking hate cable, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go check it out. Like the thing about it is like it's making waves, and you really can't knock it. It's awesome. Like I really hope there's an actual invasion storyline in here somewhere at some point. Like it feels like we're begging for it, maybe a couple years down the line. But that would be to me like the ultimate slap in the face, where if all this Forbidden Door shit turns its head on AEW and bites it in the ass, and it becomes like a storyline, like that's the end. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool to do down the line. But it's cool. Like it to your point, it's really good stuff right now.
It's exciting.
It really is. And I'm still enjoying the Tony Khan commercials during Impact because he's so sarcastic and he's so fun. And he's really come into his own as an owner. A lot of people like crapped on him at the beginning that he's this rich boy playing with wrestlers, but he really does know wrestling and he really does know his shit. And he really is a good businessman and he's really coming into his own, and I'm very much enjoying it. And he was asked the question, will we ever see him on AEW out there on the microphone or whatever? And he says, probably not, which is a good answer. He's like, he said, as long as, it's going fine. And he's got talent. He's got talent to be on the microphone for him.
Right.
He's got Cody Rhodes. He's got the Young Bucks. He's got Omega. That he doesn't see any need for it. And I really totally respect him for that too, because he knows that he doesn't need to be the mouthpiece. He's got several guys out there already.
And and y'all know how much I feel about it, but like you don't have to have been a wrestler or in the business to have a company and run a show, because I'm totally on that bandwagon. But also I dig the respect that he's not gonna use his power and he's writing the show to be like, I'm gonna be in the middle of the ring and I want to be in this spot and I'm gonna put my title on myself and blah blah blah. Whereas people have asked Steven, like for me, I'm like, they're like, why don't you get in the ring when you come in the show and talk? And I'm like, no, I have no business being in the ring. I have no business being in the ring. I'll never be in the ring. That's for the talent. I'm not the talent.
It's a great philosophy to have. I like that Tony says, like, this is my role. This is what I'll play, and I don't need to get in front. You can go out and do everything else because that's press, and that's really what an owner should be doing. That's really what the head guy should be doing, is creating better press. But when it comes to the wrestlers and the screen time, that's valuable. That screen time is currency for a wrestler. So I love that's his take on it.
Yep. Going back to a good conversation I had with Alexander Hammer. Whenever we spent a lot of time together that weekend, and he was just talking about, he was just surprised. He's just like, for people like Tony Khan and that have the power to go and do all that stuff and they're not doing it, he's like, those are the ones that talent in his eyes see like, man, I wouldn't mind working for that dude, because he's he's trying to get everybody else over at any means necessary, So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm really enjoying it.
This is awesome. Cool. Well,
but I am enjoying it. I am enjoying Texas wrestling as well, guys. Texas wrestling right now is on fire. Texas wrestlers are on fire.
So good.
I know that they're starting to get more noticed outside of Texas, which, man, that should have happened like years ago. Some of these guys, way overdue. A lot of these guys. Especially, I think it was last year, Chandler Hopkins finally traveled to Chicago. Man, he needs to be out there a lot more. And not just that, but
he just got booked in Tennessee.
And more outside talent needs to come over here too, because I feel like Texas is just as big, if not bigger, than some of the other states' wrestlings, but we don't get noticed as much. So
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Texas wrestling.
Because haters gonna hate because they know we're the best. Texas wrestling's where it's
Yeah.
at me.
I mean,
It's like, we'll fight.
yeah, exactly.
I'll fight for Texas wrestling. Yeah, hell yeah, awesome, love it.
Yeah, it's just on fire right now, and I love it. And I'm just so happy for all the guys and gals getting their opportunities and getting out there and showcasing what we knew they could already do.
Absolutely,
Right.
that's the thing. Yeah. It's kind of like when Thunder Rosa made it big. I'm like, well, finally everybody else gets to see. Everybody else gets to see what we already knew for 5 years. Like, it's cool. Very cool. Yeah. All right, Mel. Well, thank you so much. We're sorry that you're not going to hang out for the roundtable, but we'll see you next week.
I know. I got kids to feed.
It's all good. All good. Be safe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's awesome. Very cool. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good topics. So those kind of lead really well into the roundtable. So let's just. Are we gonna do that?
Yeah.
We're over time. Whenever we do.
Yeah, let's bring them in. It's time to talk. It's time to get real serious up here in the pit. We got all 4 of us in here for a wrestling round table. What's up, my guys?
Welcome back from the shadows, and we're welcoming in the pit numero uno for the day. What's up, my man?
What's up?
Wait, I forgot something. Hold on, right there. Y'all do your thing right quick.
Man, we already got a question. I love it.
Yeah.
I think we touched on it last week.
Good question. This is a good question.
We mentioned Chandler Hopkins.
Right now is who do you think will be the next Texas wrestler to break through and make it big? Who do you think on the Texas scene is going to break through and make it big next? So I'm going to go first.
Okay.
I think Ruben. I think Ruben, and I know it speaks a lot, and it's just like, well, we've defined this yesterday. When you talk to me about a breakout star, I'm going to take out anybody that's currently rising. I'm going to take out anybody that has had their moment. Anybody like this is talent that is about to reach a level that they have not reached yet. And Ruben's about to have he's about to have bookings in Florida. I won't give away any secrets. He's about to have bookings in Florida. We know he's in Pit Fighter. We know there are other shows running in Orlando.
He hinted at it, so it's not all new. All good.
Definitely got to get some stuff. We know that he's been talking to a lot of the people around here. He's heavy metal Ruben. That's my pick. Insidious one is a good one too. I love the Insidious one.
Yep, very good. My pick, I'm gonna just go ahead and go, is I think Chandler Hopkins. I mean, obviously,
I think Chandler Hopkins is a breakout.
I think he will be, because he's at a level right now and everybody knows him. Yeah, but
I think he's there, dude.
He's heading to bigger and better. He's heading to more.
Chandler Hopkins, if I felt like he wasn't already like broken out, like
he's not though. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing about him.
Okay.
Go back. I mean, I saw him 2 years ago in the ring. I saw him a year and a half ago in the ring. I saw him 6 months ago in the ring. I saw him last weekend in the ring, or last couple weeks ago in the ring. And every single time I've seen him, he's better. Every single time, and he hasn't leveled off yet. I don't think. Like, I know that's a debate, and I get your point. And he's not leveled off, and I don't think he's broke out yet either. Because to a high level, he's at a high level. I'm with you, but I think his peak is still yet to be seen, much less reached.
So when we say breakout, are we talking like TV time? I mean, what's our?
No, not even
everywhere.
I don't even think TV time.
Yeah,
like getting hit up by other states, other countries.
Just being everywhere.
I mean, because Chandler's worked Mexico. Like, he's heading to Tennessee. He canceled opportunities in Mississippi and Oklahoma to do other shows here because of different commitments. Mm-hmm. So it's the ball's starting to really roll for him.
Like, I'm
lucky to get a lot of behind the scenes conversations with him, and knowing what he's turned down and what I mean, he's been offered contracts with companies that have TV things, and he's turned them down. But it's gonna happen, and his plan is being executed, and so far it's going where he wants it to go. Maybe not quite as fast, but this year kind of held him back because of COVID. But again, that's my vote. And
I mean, I would side with you if we're
Yeah,
going to start breaking out into that level, like being everywhere. I would agree. Chandler Hopkins is absolutely next.
I mean,
But
and I'm with you on Ruben too. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that Ruben was a bad choice either, because I'm with you on that, and he's going to be where he needs to be, because there's so many places that don't know him yet either, and they're going to know. Just like, I mean, because I consider Thunder Rosa, like last year was the breakout star,
Right.
and we knew
Okay.
about her for how long? You know what I mean? And
That makes
now,
sense.
like, you don't run into a wrestling fan that doesn't know who Thunder Rosa is
That makes sense.
anywhere. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be with Chandler Hopkins. That's how it should be with Ruben.
It'll be that way with Chandler. You know that.
Yeah.
Chandler's AEW bound, in my opinion. I just think that if AEW keeps doing what they do, it's a good fit for a Chandler Hopkins in AEW.
He had a gig in AEW one time. He was one of the backgrounds for the security guards.
Yeah, he got a butt in the face. But anyway, let's move on to that. So who do you think? We'll go with numero uno next.
Well, I gotta keep it lucha.
Of course.
We got a lot of lucha stars
Malicos.
in Texas, but honestly, and this is for me, I'm not a huge fan of women wrestling, but I feel like Black Widow is really gonna be a big star coming this year. She's already booked, being booked everywhere here in Texas. She travels from El Paso. She goes to Houston, Dallas, now San Marcos, and I'm not sure if she has
that match with Slamovich this Saturday.
But I think she is the like I said before, she's the feature female wrestling in Texas, and I think this is gonna be her year.
Where's she based out of?
El Paso.
El Paso.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Bringing someone from the El Paso area out here more, most definitely.
Brandon, what's your call? Breakout star of the year?
I'll go with 3 initials, and WWE already quieted her. AQA. She didn't wrestle at all last year, except that one time, because she's one of the few wrestlers that took the pandemic seriously. But for the 3+ years that she's been training with Booker T, she's got upside potential, and she's just smooth with it, to where Booker has polished her pretty well, to where she got bookings up in Shimmer and Shine, and now WWE finally got a nose of her, and now she's about to join the ranks up there with Priscilla Kelly, with Elena Black, with Lacey Ryan over there. WWE swooping the indies, especially on the women's side, so there's going to be a small little of us down here in the scene that will maybe sooner rather than later can get picked up by these bigger brands. But as far as breakouts in particular that have been busting in the scene, I definitely put Angela as one of the true breakouts. I mean, her cage match with High-End is still one of ROW's highest viewed matches out there. I recommend y'all check that match out, because it was a damn good match between the two. So yeah, that would be my pick as far as breakouts.
I like the vote for Malico. I like that somebody threw out Malico.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Malico is kind of like a lot of people have been sleeping on Malico. Like he wasn't a bigger name for a long time, and he picked up some really good steam heading into the pandemic, and he's been doing some cool stuff since. I really liked his appearances, and I won't say that nasty man's name, but some promo tournament shit like that. Like honestly, Malico is a good vote too. I've never personally gotten to see Malico live, and it's my goal to see a couple guys. And he's on my list of people to see live.
Can I throw another name out there?
Yeah,
Will Allday.
Oh my God, Okay, someone said earlier that it was criminal that Chandler Hopkins wasn't on promotions. I'm shocked even more that Will Allday is not signed by somebody somewhere, because Will Allday looks like he could hop right off of Men's Health, whoop some ass, and then hop right back onto the cover of GQ. Like that one blows
like he Michael Jackson up in this muff.
That one blows my mind that somebody didn't pick up Will Allday just for his look alone.
See, and there we go.
See, that one's real too. Like those two guys.
I'm cool with that too. Those are both my guys.
I love.
Raise another one.
Raise another one right now too.
But Moonshine, he moved out to the Midwest for that reason.
Exactly.
To let people go over there, and he's just so stoked. Like I talked to him. I mean, he wants to wrestle over here still, but he's like, I got to do what I got to do. Like he misses Texas, but
He did Japan briefly for a period of time, so he's getting that exposure out there.
He's super stoked at the new matchups he's gonna have now. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I would love
Moonshine, man. I'm a big Moonshine guy.
I would love like a hoss fight tournament, like almost like a blood sport style, like just nothing but fucking ripped ass, like Moonshine Mantell, Ryan Davis, T-Ray Watford, big motherfuckers from Texas. Maybe even some guys from out of Texas, but just like I'm talking about 2 rounds of just straight up, pounding ass.
God damn it! Why do I keep? How does this comment still get up there? Even though when I agree with him, I don't want it. I don't. I aim for another one, and his stank ass keeps popping on there. Like I don't want him on my show in any way, but he keeps fucking it up.
Have I have a block button?
I don't have a block button. This is StreamYard. This isn't a social media platform. I don't have block buttons. Like I don't have block buttons, or his ass would be blocked. Don't you think I have a damn band poster of him in my house? I don't want him around me.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
Nastico.
Izzy James though, definitely on board with that. Ryan, T-Ray is a monster. We've had him on the show. I mean, he's been in the pit, so y'all know what we think of him. We've had Moonshine in the pit. We had Izzy James in the pit. Like all these guys are talking. Shannon Hart's been in the pit twice.
Yeah,
like so I know some preaching to the choir around here, but
I think T-Ray is next level. T-Ray's got.
He's up there
ahead for him, and he's smart. Like I like the way that T-Ray interacts with the business. I like the image he kind of projects outward. He's just got such a great energy.
Yeah, and just to pull back the curtain a little bit, I reached out to him and just trying booking or whatever, and just thoughts and whatever, and he's just like, I don't care who you. I mean, I have no heat with anyone, and I'm here to work, and it is what it is, and it's just like so refreshing to talk to talent like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I said, when we had him on the show and stuff, he was just, how he was. He's like, yeah, I'm down.
He's very
whatever.
chilled.
It's like, who you got to think? I don't got nobody. I'm here for everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of vibe that I love from talent. And I think
it's good. I think like one thing that 2020 saw is like the wrestling business got shook. There was the whole Me Too movement, and that really shook a lot of bad apples out of the street. And what kind of came out of that, like, was a lot of people, a lot more good people in wrestling, and a lot more. I mean, I found my interactions with people to be a lot different these days. A lot of the talent is a lot more engaging. It feels like it just feels like a better environment overall, and I think it has a lot to do with the energy of guys like T-Ray, like the way they hold themselves in the locker room, the way they treat promoters, the way they treat fans, and I think it's a huge plus. So T-Ray's a good vote for a breakout star.
I see Matthew put Roxy. I don't know if she's kind of made it pretty good. We'll just leave it at that.
Give it another year.
She's still young. She's 19.
Rosalina Black, and she got signed at 19, so you never know.
Yep. La Rosa Negra.
Women's wrestling.
La Rosa Negra's a veteran. She's been in the block forever, so
I don't know how much more.
I wouldn't call her breakout because she's been in the game for a long
Mission Pro champion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jasmine Allure, another vote for her. Jasmine Allure. I know
I give her 1 year top, and then she'll be going places.
I think Jasmine needs a little bit more time. Not much.
I mean, she's getting AEW Dark exposure, AEW Dynamite exposure in the crowd.
It's true.
And she's another talent too, where she's just like, "What do you need me to do? What? Like, yep.
Burt Vixen looks like she's about. Like, a lot of people look like they're trying to put Burt Vixen over right now. She could break out.
Promise Braxton. Oh, damn it! I told you I was clicking this comment, and that stupid.
I vouch for Promise. She's another one.
But y'all heard me say Promise first, and then this damn bastard popped on here again. This is worse than people eating pineapple on pizza. Like that's how mad this is making me. This fucking Nastico.
So what's the next question?
And that was one question that turned into a 20-minute or 15-minute conversation. I like it.
I got somebody big coming. Oh yeah. That's
someone big picking her up. I mean, that's possible, but that's up to her.
I'm up with this one too. Of course, Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie's blowing up everywhere right now.
And again, I remind people, like, I mean, she jokes about it, but I mean, she technically hasn't even been wrestling for a year.
Really,
and
yeah.
you know what I mean? And she's already, got the path.
Yeah.
So
got the path,
so anyone that has a projection, and I know, they're my champions or whatever, so I'm putting them over. But tell me what I'm lying about. You know what I mean? like call me out on a lie. Like she was sat out for 6-7 months because of the pandemic, so she hasn't wrestled in a whole year.
There's a good question. El Rayo's question. What show are you most excited for in 2021?
I'll start it off. There's one that's happening this weekend, which won't be aired on TV or pay-per-views, but it's the Say It Loud All Black show right there. Me as a man of color right there, seeing all those talents of color just being up in Florida for one
in Florida. I was going to ask.
Show.
Florida.
Yes, that is one show. I talked to Terry of We Love Wrestling, and basically he's like, he'll be there and he'll probably film some of the matches up there, so hopefully they can get them out there so that way I can see that show, because that's a show I'm definitely wanting to check out. As far as here in Texas, don't know yet.
It doesn't have to be just Texas.
Yeah,
it's just what show. So that you answered that one well. What do you think about that, Numero Uno? What show are you looking forward to?
Well, obviously I'm looking forward to all the deathmatch shows.
Shocker.
That are happening here in Texas, but I also I'm looking forward to Trainwreck's Southern Sickness Cup this year. Later on this year, I believe it's in May. There might be one or two Texas talents debuting in for the promotion. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
All right, cool. Numero dos.
I think I'm super excited about our trip to Orlando for the main reason that my goal this year was to see a wrestling promotion I had never seen before and see wrestling in a place that I'd never seen before. And we're going to get to see No Holds Barred, and we're going to get to see No Peace Underground, and we're going to get to support some Texas talent at the same time. So that's something that's really just high up on my list, is watching somebody that we're personally invested here in the backyard. Do it in the front yard, in the big yard up top, so it's that's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, and I guess for me, the show that I'm looking for to next is the Charlie's Backyard Brawl, May 8th, PPW in Kingsville.
Yes,
shocker!
I can't wait for Charlie's birthday. I had so much fun at the last PPW show, and that is not just because we're here on the show. Like I've told you that 100 times. The last PB show was super dope. I had a ton of fun. I cannot wait for Charlie's birthday.
And you said that you worked on some production to get some matches out there, all right, Josh?
To do what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about the last show, yeah, we're working on that. We're going to start dropping matches this weekend. Dropping pictures tomorrow from our awesome photographer. AEW expert Melanie is our awesome TCB TX photography. So we're going to start dropping images tomorrow because I'm already tired today, so it's not happening today. And then matches, we're going to start, kind of goes through the card. I'll drop the opening match. It's going to kind of flow like the card did. So stay tuned on our YouTube channel, but we'll share it on all the social media. Y'all all know the stuff, so yep, that's coming. Did I miss anything in here? What?
There's a good one from Matthew. I see one from Matthew. I'll read it out to you guys.
I saw it. But I was wondering, what was this comment about God Complex? I missed that, Biss.
I don't know. We were talking about favorite matches or shows.
I'm still not happy I missed it. I know El Rayo.
Maybe
you can get on to the next one. May 8th, Charlie's Backyard Brawl. Buy your tickets like you did the last time.
Or book them on the show. You never know.
Probably not. Calm down. We're not booking people on the show in the show. But here's the question Matthew's talking about. Which wrestler have you guys heard of but have yet to see any of their matches? I'm assuming you mean in person because of social media. I mean, if we want to see somebody, we can just Google it.
Oh, shit. God Complex was the next Inspire show.
Damn. Sorry, Biss.
And Biss, I'm super excited Inspire's coming back. Austin has really missed live wrestling in this town, so thank God somebody's coming back.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, we missed you, Biss. We missed you, Inspire Pro. I mean, Inspire AD was good.
Right. That's right. You can't wait for it.
Hey, you let us know, Biz, and we will answer shit out of it. Yeah, sorry. Let's go to Matthew's question. But I'm saying, Biz, let us know. Keep us posted. We'll fucking promote the shit out of it.
I'm gonna go with my original answer. Malico is somebody that I really want to see live this year. If we're talking about live,
that's the answer to what y'all telling me to book him. He's being legit because he knows we're working on him, but we'll get there one day.
Ooh.
So Malico, so you said, but so who you got? I guess I can go. Talent that I want to see. I mean, Malico actually is one of them. I've seen so many videos. I've chatted with him and things like that, and want to see him. But since you said that, who would I want to see that I haven't got to see work live yet? I mean, I travel, so that like before the pandemic, I want to see somebody. I hop on a plane, I go see him. Like, you know what I mean? So that's a tough one. Let y'all go. You how about you, Ninja? Someone that you want to see in person work that you haven't seen.
Julia. I know it's going to be a very rare because she's all the way on the land of the rising sun, but basically almost any Joshi talents I want to see. I only got to see 3 live. I got to see 3 Joshi live in person. I actually got to take pics with them, and that's Mako Satomura, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. Those are the 3 that I got to see in person. But as far as one I yet to see or haven't seen any of her matches in person or in general, Julia's on my bucket list. And I'm actually doing that right now. I'm going through all of Julia's matches from early Ice Ribbon to where she is right now in Stardom. And
that's good too.
She's about to have that. Exactly. All Chelsea.
Yep.
So I won't see Monami Toyota. She retired, but
Biz, you want to see SF head south down here, man? We got that guy on. He was at the show PBW.
But I like
San Antonio regular. So
ASF is a good one. ASF's blowing it up right now. Juan, what about you, numero uno?
Who is y'all seen this full live? 3/4. So I guess you've seen him live because I hadn't seen that nasty bastard. I mean, if I
by the mask,
if I see it, if I knew he was at a show, I wouldn't go to it. Like that's as simple as that. Like that's why I have a show and I make sure he's not gonna be in it ever.
So
yes, you do. Sorry, taking over your time, but we're getting.
Someone that I would
this is all about interaction with the comments, even with the sorry ass ones.
So Lucky 13 is one of the names that I had never seen, but I want to see live.
Yep.
But that's happening in 2-3 weeks. But someone I would really love to meet are Takeda.
Oh, nice.
Abdullah Kobayashi. And the other one was Bushi.
Ooh.
Oh, Bushi. I would love to meet Bushi.
Yeah. But right now, due to the current situation of the world, it's very hard to meet all those international people. We were supposed to meet them last year in Tampa because Takeda was going to be here.
Yeah.
I think Kobayashi was going to be here. And another guys from Freedoms were going to be here. Well, not here, but in Tampa. But sadly, it had to be canceled. But,
so that helps me pick my answer. Now that you said that, it made me think outside the box a little more. Naito would be somebody I would like to see wrestle in person.
He is really, really cool. He's
the one I would like to meet.
You got to see it up at the New Japan show last year in Dallas.
And if you want to talk to him,
I'm the one that didn't go. Yeah, I'm the one that didn't go.
Yeah,
to that show. Like, I missed it.
To talk to him in Spanish than talking to him in English. He is fluent in Spanish.
Oh, wow. I'll remember that.
We were talking with Liger, we were talking in Spanish, and with Naito, we were talking.
It makes a lot of sense.
Holding a conversation in Spanish,
makes a lot of sense. And that'll be something I'll definitely remember if I ever do get the opportunity and blessing to meet him. Yeah, he's the one. He's the one that he's my answer.
Uno,
the more I think of it, I should have thought of it right away. So
Uno, you've met Jun Kasai, right?
I've met Jun Kasai, yes.
You went to GCW last in 19 or 18, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we all know the answer. This is a unanimous answer that we don't have to go around the table on. Yes.
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 Perfect. That's a perfectly good thing.
Even Hong Kong Fooey agrees. Approved. Yes.
I do want to. I know you don't wanna, who's the most famous wrestler you ever met? Because I'm interested to know that.
Who are you asking? Everybody?
Yeah, well, that was a question.
That's the next one.
But I won't draw your attention to it because I know you're trying not to. Man,
that's a tough one because
somebody must have hacked his fucking thing to type in something actually contributing positively to the show. That must not have been him.
Obviously not him, but
somebody fucking hacked his shit and put his name on there to put that great question. I'll put it up there.
Man.
Okay, I'll be the last one to answer this question because my story is kind of interesting. It can be really interesting. So I'll be the last one to answer this.
And we'll wrap up the show on this question. Like, this will be our last question, guys.
I don't want to go first.
Me neither, because I gotta process this one. Jesus.
I mean,
you gotta go first. You gotta go first. It's your turn to go first.
Yes, fine.
I mean, you said some pretty big names already.
All right. I'll give a couple. Lead in Trish in 2014 at Wizard World here in San Antonio when they were doing their thing. I finally got the honor of meeting those two just in the midst of their retirement.
I love the answers over here, though, by the way. I'm going to put other people's answers as y'all are going, so they're not for y'all. So just
mix another one I got to meet.
Yeah, no, I'm saying don't pay attention. I put in the comments just to show, but you'll go ahead and answer.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yours. Yeah, don't get distracted.
Just one. What's the most famous one, Brandon?
Yep.
The most popular one, Becky Lynch, right now. I've met her twice, so I'm good with her on that one.
All right.
Shit. Yeah, go on around the circle because we got a lot.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me, man.
It's very broad.
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, most famous. I mean, I've met some pretty big ones. I mean, I was in freaking Chris Jericho's suite on the cruise, like, so I got to meet a lot of people there.
I met him at the Kazi concert when they came down there, which was only $20.
Yeah, I was in his suite where he was staying with his family and his kids. Like, it wasn't a meet and greet like for 5 minutes. So that was pretty cool. So he's pretty famous. I mean, I've met Sting, like all the meet and greets, getting autographs and pictures. Like, I've done all those things too. But I think to actually meet and have a conversation with, man, it's tough. Like, I don't know if Chris Jericho's the answer. I mean, he's pretty big though. That is pretty big. Man, that's a tough question, man.
It really is.
Like, we've all met so many. I mean, we've been to so many meet and greets. We've been to so many shows and stuff.
Well, how about this? Let's kind of twist the question up. Who was the most famous wrestler that you were the most ecstatic on meeting in person and finally got to meet? Let's twist it up a little bit.
Mine would be Jake Roberts, and that would be because I was 16 years old and he played at the old Ice Bats Arena. This was back when Jake was in his bad days, and I was young. It was a big deal to me to meet Jake the Snake. I had his wrestling buddy growing up, but he did okay that show. But you could tell he was Jake. But that's fine.
The most famous Panda Ref.
Yeah, we don't. There's not fans of the Panda Ref in here, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, man, that makes it. I mean, Sting, I guess.
All right.
Sting was the one that I was the most excited for. I'll say Sting.
All right.
Cool.
Ricky Steamboat's cool. And I had that cool story about him too, where I almost actually like backhand slapped him accidentally. Yeah, on the cruise.
I got to meet Ricky too.
We were reaching for the same dinner roll, and I didn't know he was the one reaching for it. And my natural reflex would have been to throw the bow. But luckily, I turned and I saw it was him, and I just freaking like dove back. But anyway, yeah, go.
All right.
So
So numero dos goes, and then numero one. Uno.
Okay, go, Brad.
You got
Jake.
Oh, that is okay. So here we go, wrapping it up.
Most famous for Jake.
So first, I'm gonna say like the ones that had the biggest impact on me when I met him. But my top three will be meeting Ultimo Dragon, Great Sasuke, and meeting Onita.
That's a good one.
Those three were like I literally was shaking. I was so nervous. I wanted to just scream, run, cry. I was so happy when I met those three.
Yeah.
But my story about the most famous person wrestling-wise that I have ever met was the day I met Vince McMahon in Mexico
Wow.
at a CMLL show.
I think I've heard part of the story before.
I've
Yeah.
never
there
heard
was
this. Briefly spell.
one time on my
Take your time.
on my personal page, I posted like those they do those games where you name 5 stars and people have to guess which one you have never met.
Yeah.
And most people was were saying him, but actually he was the one that
I
I
think that's
met.
right.
He was one of the ones that I met, and so we were at the Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre show in Mexico at the bullfighting arena. It was taking place. Everything was so weird. It was a show at a bullfighting arena. The from Consejo Mundial, they had a full show there, not like an indie date, but like an actual Consejo show. And I was just walking around, just looking. I was a kid, so I was just looking everywhere, seeing if I can find any wrestlers to get an autograph. Because back then, obviously, I didn't have a camera.
Yeah.
So I ran into this lady that was, for some reason, there was a lady selling flowers in there. And Vince, it was Vince and Eugene, both of them were there. Yeah, it was so weird, and they were talking to the flower lady.
That's awesome.
So you just
Yeah,
said,
like, I mean, I just like kind of like just froze. Like I was just there, like listening to the conversation.
nice.
But
That's
we
the winner.
were like
That's the
inches
winner.
away from each other. Like,
When you want to talk about biggest name, famous person, I mean, that's the winner.
That took the
Yeah,
cake
I was
right
just
there.
Love
I
him
was
or
just,
hate
like,
him.
just looking at him like
Yeah.
in
I would
disbelief.
freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
I have Shane McMahon's phone number in my phone, but I would freak the fuck out if I met Vince McMahon.
Damn.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like that would be yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say to him? What would be your first words to him if that
Thank
ever
you.
came true?
I would say thank you. I don't give a fuck, and y'all fight me or whatever, but I would say thank you, even though he did kill the territories, which was my childhood. So we would have a conversation, but I would say thank you for keeping wrestling, get out there and make all these other ones try to be better than you. You know what I mean? Because that's what's giving us all this stuff that we talk about on this show.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. But yeah, and here we are still talking about fucking WWE. Still makes it on the show. But anyway.
But
Awesome.
most importantly, support your indies because you never know where all these talents you get to see in person will end up.
Yep. Somebody met. Yeah, that'd be really cool if we knew who was putting that comment. That would be really cool, but it's not because he didn't hit the clicking thing. All right. Well, guys, appreciate it. Like I said, we made lemonade out of lemons, and I think it was fucking awesome. So thank you very much. Thank you for everybody in the comments hanging out. I think we kept a steady stream throughout the whole show for like the first time ever. So that was pretty fucking cool, and we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week. We'll try again to have Mr. John Wayne Murdoch as our guest.
The Duke.
Oh, and one programming note that we were supposed to remember, but we forgot. Not next week, but the following week, we're changing our time to 9 o'clock.
We're going to 9 p.m. We're going to prime time. We're late night, baby. Woo!
Late night specials. Yeah,
Shout out to Elix Skipper.
Same every Thursday.
Y'all there.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all be good.
Peace.
Deuces.
See ya.